Hi, beloved souls. It's IndigoAngel again here today with all of you. And today I'm standing with an unshakable conviction, and all of this is to hopefully awaken your spirit to the need to go deeper to heal the divine feminine and the divine masculine right now. These sacred pillars of creation are currently under attack. They're under siege, and they're bound by an ancient implant system, sexual misery system that suppresses our sovereignty and our connection with the divine and our value, especially when it comes in pertaining to union, when it comes to sexual misery and being able to have harmonious relationships with the opposite sex. All of this really began actually at the fall of Lemuria. All of this began at the great betrayal of Thoth, and these scars have wounded humanity's heart for far too long. But the earth is currently awakening, and so are we, and we are finding ways to heal these traumas and truly move past and beyond and remove these debilitating implants that we can reclaim our divine power, essentially through some of this regression work back into the Lemurian timeline. I've worked with many divine feminine and many divine masculine in these clearing sessions, and I really have seen such a transformation in people restoring balance. And I do believe that this is healing the world through every single person who can move beyond the limitations of sexual misery implants. We're healing the womb, we're healing the stargates, and we're healing the womb sacred heart, and we're removing the King of Tyranny implants out of the prostate. Okay, this journey goes all the way back to 200,000 years ago in the Lemurian time, when there was a golden age and there was so much harmony between men and women, when the Pleiadians seeded the 24th chromosome and they enabled parthenogenic creation of karma to free the souls. And this was a beautiful time when communities thrived in tribal unity, raising children as sacred gifts. And there wasn't punishment for procreation. There wasn't punishment for connection. There wasn't punishment for sex. There wasn't punishment. People were healed. It's the men and women punishing each other, right? Because they've been fooled by the Draco invasion system that's implanted in the women with forced breeder moon chains and harnesses and what they call the Fleur de Lys clamp. That's affecting about 75% of the divine feminine's wombs, essentially, disallowing her to fully create, disallowing her from being able to tap into her womb powers, to keep her blocked energetically and through her intuition, to keep her all having, continual reproductive issues, suppressing her creativity, passing down the ancestral pain to her through cursed maternal lines and lineages shrouded in betrayal and abandonment. Okay, getting this all passed on to the masculine as well, the masculine dealing with dark implants that keep them from being able to truly step into their masculinity at all. Okay, men too bear these deep wounds, and so we cast the blame as the men being bad or the women being bad, but really we are both bearing the depth of the Ioni massacre that happened 22,000 years ago in Kauai, Hawaii, that marked the Luciferian rebellion. And many of these lines were essentially betrayed by Thoth. Many of the men were implanted with false King of Tyranny implants, okay, estrogen implants, which is what we're currently seeing on a big scale right now, as many men feeling emasculated, many men being cursed by the Medusa gaze, fostering shame, impotence, and patriarchal domination, and also carrying the shame and the wounds of circumcision, satanic ritual abuse that binds their souls essentially to Moloch, mutilating the masculine power. These implants are rooted in the dawn of time emotional seals and sexual misery tags that disrupt relationships, sexuality, and emotional connection, and the need for that, and people turning away from this. It's really actually a little bit heartbreaking, because it's perpetrating and perpetuating a global gender crisis, and a crisis for deeper level of romance and deeper level for connection that's needed for people. Okay, just deciding to just pick your boots up and live alone and not seek or search for union, right? This cosmic battle is continuing to really divide and separate people. And with AI coming between everyone right now, it's making organic connections so much harder for people to find. Okay, and the Roe versus Wade thing was overturned. That was to call value back to life, back to creation, back to men and women coming back together, right? There are certain things and fringes within all these things that happen that are redirecting humanity on its coursework in terms of the divine feminine, the divine masculine coming together. So this is all flooding the grids right now. We're getting supercharged with Sophianic codes that are coming in to recorrect. The divine feminine is coming in to heal the masculine and wrap him in her sacred heart, her sacred silhouette, her sacred place of nurturing. And we're amplifying this because it's correcting the corrupted timelines from Orion, from the Anunnaki invasions, fueling enmity and hatred against life itself. This is the struggle of the Mother Mary and the 12 patriarchy stars versus the red dragon and the fall of Sophia versus the Yaldabaoth. So this is the time that we have to open our minds and hearts back up to that healing space within our sensuality, our sexuality, our inner intimacy. And I say this because this is really the truth of a lot of people's inner, place, is to be seen by the opposite sex and loved by the opposite sex. Okay, we can't deny these aspects of our existence. The force breeder programs actually want you to. Those motherhood hooks and wounds want you to. Those J seals want to keep you from finding partnership and union and sacred marriage. Okay, so if this is something you're dealing with or struggling with, come and work with me because I have a 2-hour Lemurian healing and regression session where I work individually with both men and women, and we get to the bottom of what's really truly blocking you here. Okay, and we work within the body to release those force breeder chains, those rape tags, those ancestral wounds, those everything implanted in the womb and everything implanted in the male physiology in terms of maybe sometimes that's porn implants, sometimes that's hedonistic implants, incest tags, okay, all these things. The divine masculine clearing and healing removes the false king of tyranny implants, which is very, very significant for many men to overcome what's destroyed them basically in terms of the patriarchy of their own paternal line, of their own sacred masculinity and their own emotional sovereignty, removing the seals from their heart, their eyes and their ears to hear the divine feminine again, to see her again, to want her again, to pursue her again, and not in the way that he's hunting her. Okay, in a way that he's honoring everything about her heart and who she is, and vice versa, to create compatibility within that unified connection, uplifting the earth spirit. This, men and women coming together, is what heals the grids. This is what heals the sacred heart of the earth. So these implants are not a personal thing, even though they're a personal thing. They are a control structure within the Earth's race morphogenetic field, and it seeks to limit ascension by limiting men and women from coming together in union. They literally put etheric chastity belts and gag orders into the manifestation templates of the reproductive system of the feminine. Okay, and so this is what we have to up and remove. The hedonistic and Belial implants in the divine masculine, seeing the woman as just a sex bot or a sex doll, right? A sex slave. We have to unbind the sex slavery, okay, between the hearts and souls of men and women, and remove this disabling reptilian karmic energy to the free souls, so that way they can incarnate and truly embrace their roles here and find sacred union, find sacred happiness. Okay, so let's work to override these distortions. If you feel ready to jump in session work with me, I love to work with people one-on-one and individually to heal these core wounds and the collective core wounds of humanity when it comes to the separation between men and women. And I'll leave my booking links down in the description. I also, if you are in like a couple situation right now, I also do couples therapy as well. Like I will work with both of you, and I do have a package for that as well, and it can help create understanding in your relationship. So yeah, by removing these implants, you anchor Earth's ascension. You free yourself from the sexual misery realm, because there's a realm that actually feeds and consumes that within the earth. And it's your birthright to transcend and find sensual and sexual freedom. Okay, guys, so I love you all so much. You can find me at IndigoAngel222.com. Be sure to sign up for my website newsletters, because I put stuff out about this all the time, and be sure to check out my blogs. My writing is very extensive, and currently I was just talking about the eye for the eye punishment with the women in Iran. They're dealing with the most severest forms of forced breeder implants right now. Also, another way that you can help out too is become certified to remove the implants as a teacher, as a way shower, and help other people heal from this. So I'm also offering coursework for people to learn how to remove sexual misery implants. And I'll leave all the information down in the link. You definitely, if you're a healer and you haven't tapped into the sexual misery realm yet, this is a very in-depth teaching. It can give you everything you need in your background to be able to support this work and do this work. Giving methodologies, giving templates, giving data, giving diagrams, everything you need is in these courseworks to help others with clearing this, because the more people we help with clearing the sexual misery implants, the more freedom that the earth actually begins to feel again, healed again, because at the core of all wounding, it's what's going on between men and women. Okay, guys, so yeah, we hold the power to heal, and the value of life, of children, of our sacred templates, of sacred union and sacred marriage. It's being tested right now, but it's being tested to rise. Okay? So I love you guys so much. I hope that you come and book a session with me. I do have some openings, I believe, all through May. So you can definitely get in fairly quickly, and I can't wait to work with you. Together we are going to heal the womb and heart of humanity. I love you all so much, and namaste.